You know, the Soutars, certainly Auntie Maggie was very precise and well, you know, she had a, I remember she was portrayed in Joy Henry's play as being a sort of wee Scots biddy, and she wasn't like that at all, not in the least.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, speaking in sort of the Scots vernacular, and my memory is that she certainly didn't at all. Uncle Jock probably would have more Scottish words in use than Auntie Maggie. And William Soutar, I don't remember him. I don't actually remember him speaking very much. But then I was so
yes,
sweet, probably. The one who was probably more Scottish, you know how there was a kind of triumvirate, there was William Soutar, there was Jimmy Finlayson, and Bill Mackenzie was my father. And the three were great friends, and I imagine that they were the angry young men of their time, and they would put the world to rights.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Finlayson was a red hot Scottish nationalist. My father was very left of left, and I think William Soutar was quite right-winged.
Oh, really? Really?
I think so, and I think they used to have tremendous arguments till the small hours.
Yes.
And then William Soutar, it must have been a tragedy for him to lose the power of walking and be an invalid from a comparatively early age.
Yes. Yeah.
And what was left for him to do but to study books? Obviously he had a great love of them, of literature, and he hated Anglo-Saxon. I suppose you knew that story. And therefore did not get a very good degree.
What was the story about
Anglo-Saxon? That he hated the subject, and he had to do it in his honours course at Edinburgh.
Ah, right.
Well, this is hearsay.
Yes.
And he loathed it, and he made, you know, he hated studying it, and of course he didn't make a good job, and he got only a third-class honours degree.
Because of his Anglo-Saxon.
But whether he was teased by Jimmy Finlayson because he was such a nationalist, you know, that she never ever touched the Anglo-Saxon, the history of the Anglo-Saxon language, I don't know. But I'm sure they had terrific arguments.
It's interesting that you describe three men there as having these radically different views from each other. I suppose that's what would lead to
the stimulation of conversation, I imagine.
Yes.
I think so. No, they were quite radically different.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
What sort of involvement or what activities or any impact Soutar and the connection you have now in your life? Or is it something that has just been put to one side?
Well, it has, because I always thought it was mother's baby, as it were. I mean, she I think gave Joy Henry a great deal of information about life and times, but it was not something that she wanted to share with me, so I wouldn't pry into. I mean, I think they were very good friends, Mother and William Soutar, but I don't know if it's quite the romance that everybody seems to imagine it was. I don't know. And I will never know. Yeah.
So it's been depicted as a romance that they had. That.
Well, I mean, if you just go into the gallery, the theatre, what's it called? The Soutar Theatre at the library.
Yes.
I don't know if these pictures are still there. Are they?
The photographs on the walls, yes, yes. They're based on photographs that I think are here. There's a album of photographs in the other room.
There were lots and lots of photographs.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about these photographs going up. And I thought, but really I maybe should have been asked, was it okay to do it?
Yes, yes.
Having your mother portrayed on a, you know, huge wall. I'd gone to a meeting
Mm-hmm.
and got really quite shocked when I saw it, because I didn't know anything about
You
it.
hadn't known anything
No,
until you saw it. Oh my
Absolutely
goodness.
nothing.
Oh my.
Nothing at all, and I was a bit taken aback, I must admit.
I could imagine, yes. And then you, as you describe, you know, the Joy Henry play, for instance, and there's been numerous other works that have been created since. What are your feelings about those things?
The Joy Henry play, well, I wasn't very pleased about it. My daughter, much more so, was not pleased about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a betrayal of, well, for instance, my father just appeared to be a characterless nothingness. I don't know. I found it quite hurting. I don't know. I found it quite embarrassing, because it was
Mm-hmm.
mother. I was sitting next to her, and Susan was next to me, my daughter, and Susan kept sort of humping and sighing and thinking, and mother, there was just no reaction whatsoever. I just found it really embarrassing, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing. Particularly as it's something she had never ever discussed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't part of that life, I suppose.
Yes.
It was before I was born,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know.
Yes, and there it is. It's a subject that's been taken by people and put out there.
Of course it has.
In public theatres.
And I mean, if you went and you saw the picture, you would immediately think they were kind of an item.
Oh right, just from understanding.
Just because they're a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's not as if there are lots and lots of pictures of lots of young folk all together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's been picked out, and I didn't like it very much.